Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will gonna see that how we can create a new virtual machine in our environment. In order to do that, first you have to log in back to your ESX host. Once you do that, just navigate to virtual machine and then select an option for create and register new VM here. Once you do that, just say create a new virtual machine. Next. And after that, you have to specify a name. Let's see if I'll wanna create a Windows 10 machine. Just put Windows 10 and just to let you know, whatever the name we are giving it here, it's not the host name of your actual device. It's just the management name for you. Now after that, you have to select the OS family from here, and for us is Windows 10 34-bit. Enable Windows virtualization based on security. You can leave this checkbox like this as it is. Say next, and say next one more time. It's just gonna give you the detail, what is the capacity and things you want to give or specify for this particular VM. If everything looks good, just say next and finish. Once you do that, it will gonna create a new VM for you in this environment. Now the next part is that how we can install our operating system on this one. In order to do that, first we have to attach the ISO file for this particular image that what we needed for our platform. So just go to manage virtual machines, CD drive, specify the Windows 10 version you want to install it today. Okay, okay, and if everything looks good, just go back to your virtual machine and say power on. Hey guys, as you can see that whenever we are trying to create, it's giving us an error. And when we look into that particular error state, it's showing us this particular VTX option is not been enabled at our ESX server version. So in order to enable it, first we have to switch off or turn it off our device. Just go to power off, say shut down guest, and it usually take around 30 to 40 seconds to turn off our server. And once it's done, just go back to the VMware workstation player, uh, and now just go back to the player, or sorry, go back to the ESX or that particular machine edit setting. Over here we have to check for the processor, and you have to make sure that all these three things should be enabled, otherwise your virtual machine inside the environment of ESX server, they will not be able to perform as per the requirement. And let's see what else option need to be enabled, just to be make sure that everything is good to go before we go back and try to turn on our device. And everything looks good. Just say okay and say power play this virtual machine. It again takes somewhere about 30 to 40 seconds, and then you can turn it on, saying the virtual machine power on, failed start to do that. Just after closing the VMware workstation and relaunching it, now we are able to log in back, and it usually takes somewhere about 30 to 40 seconds, and after that it's going to show us the static IP address that what we have configured earlier in order to access this ESX version from the web portal. And as you can see that our server is up. Let's go back to the portal now and log in with the username and password that what we have configured earlier. Looks like I type it so fast this time. And we are logged into our device. Now let's go back and try to configure a new virtual machine. In order to do that, just click create new virtual machine, select the first option. After that, specify the name again, say Windows 10 test 1, and we have to specify the category over here, and it should be 34 or 64-bit environment as per your need. The data store we will be gonna give is this one. Say next, and it's showing us the maximum capacity is allowed for this device is somewhere about 26 GB. Let's go back and do one thing first. There is a existing device. Let's delete this device first. And it will gonna create some space for us. Now when we go back and say click create new, say Windows 10 test 1, the guest family is Windows 32-bit. Next, and now I hope everything should be available for us. We have to increase the memory to 4 gig and we are getting an error that maximum we can increase till 4 GB, and everything looks good for us. Just say next and finish. And now try to boot up this device and see whether we are able to boot up or not. And as you can see, it says all the task has been completed successfully. And if we want to see that what's going on our machine, just go to console option over here and you will get few different options. Let's say we want to see the browser console, and now it will going to open up another window for us. And from here we can configure our Windows 10 or Linux or whichever version you want to configure in your environment. So now we got an option that we got the Windows 10, and say next and install now. That's the usual way that when we install any platform or any Windows or operating system in our ESX platform. Thank you for watching this.